Good day, everybody. How are you? Welcome back to the coaching series, Getting Unstuck. How many of you all were able to catch the first installment of this coaching series? I did it about 3 days ago. I wanted to do one yesterday, but it was my birthday, and it was like kind of crazy trying to juggle everything that I thought I was going to be able to pull off. But I had such a wonderful time. It was such an unassuming day, right? I didn't come in with any expectations for what my birthday might become. And quite possibly because I had that mindset, it turned out beautifully. So thank you so much to everybody who sent me all of the incredible birthday wishes. It brought me so much joy to read the messages. I was just surrounded by a lot of good energy yesterday. I got a chance to spend some quality time with the ladies in my family, at least some of them. And it was just a really good day. So shout out to 42, man. Who knew it was going to be such a cool birthday to come into? I'm owning these 40s. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so welcome everybody to the conversation. We're going to be talking about getting unstuck today. I put in the first installment a few days ago and people seem to be getting a lot of value from that. Very happy about that. This is all in support of the next transformational journey that is starting on May 22nd at my online coaching school, Personal Power University. If you don't know, now you know. I am a personal power coach. I have started an online coaching school to help people take their living to the next level. And so when I do these coaching series and I drop in one morning talks with Ro, because this is separate from that, this is a way for people to see what I do. This is a way for me to express from my heart, because that's what this is heart work for me. And when people get breakthrough, when people tell me that they get much value from what I say, that lets me know that it's purposeful. That gives me the encouragement to keep going. You know I got to keep going regardless, but when I hear things like that, it's more supportive wind at my back. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. How are you? Welcome to this coaching series, Getting Unstuck. So if you are here and you heard the first video, can you hashtag unstuck? Write hashtag unstuck. Hey, everybody, welcome to the conversation. Hashtag unstuck if you saw the first video. I'm going to give you hey, Lance. I'll give you a real quick recap of what the first 3 tips were for getting you unstuck if you're feeling stuck. The first thing is resting. I know we hear a lot of champions that say, man, you got to go hard. You can sleep when you're dead. And I was like, you know what? If you don't get enough sleep, you could end up dead. Okay? We have to rest. We have to give the body an opportunity to replenish. And I am definitely guilty of being under-rested at times because I am a go-getter. And I do want to get things done. And I do want to keep my word. You know what I mean? But sometimes I have just got to hit the pause button. Or really sometimes the stop button, and make it okay. Make it okay to get something very essential like rest. Because this way you can get rid of mental fogginess you may be dealing with. You may be dealing with a lack of energy. That's from not getting enough rest. You may not have a very good threshold for dealing with other people, or short temper. You need rest, Rest enables us to feel better, to have a better outlook about life, carry a better energy around with us. And then when you couple that with better eating and drinking lots of clean water, whoa, we know in science they say that water is a conductor of energy, right? So think about that. If you flush your body out, which is 70% water, right? I hope I got the numbers right. If we flush our body out, we're putting in more conductive energy. If you eat more fruits and vegetables, those are full of water. More conductive energy. All of this stuff can help you to gain more energy so that you can go after something like a goal. But before we even tackle a goal, we got to make sure we get the fundamentals together so that we can support ourselves in the best way possible to get to those goals. So one of the first tips I shared with you in the last video for getting unstuck is to get some rest. Don't make it a bad thing. Please make it okay. You don't want to be lazy, but we do need something as essential as rest. Okay, welcome to the conversation, everybody. We're continuing the coaching series that I started a few days ago called Getting Unstuck. The second thing that I shared to help you with getting unstuck is to up-level your social circle. Who's around you? And what is their mindset? Are they inspirational? Are they operating in a lot of mediocrity? Are they lacking energy? Are they talking about other people? Are they talking about ideas? You know what I mean? What are the conversations that you're having? What are you watching? That's part of your social circle as well. Because all of this stuff can be an influencer in your world. And it can shape how you look at things. It can shape how you respond to life. So who is in your social circle? And do you need to change it? Do you need to get around other go-getters? Do you need to get around other champions? If you can't find them in your immediate environment, do you need to get on something like Vimeo or YouTube and watch these videos out here on the information highway? We know you've got time. We on Facebook, right? So we could be using this time wisely and chasing down other champions, chasing down other people who are excelling in whatever industry you may be interested in. Who are you surrounding yourself with? That was another tip that we talked about. And if you don't have those people around you, will you go and seek them out? Read an autobiography of somebody amazing. Read an autobiography of a person that's kind of average, but they're tackling some extraordinary stuff. You know, find other people who kind of mirror some of the things that you have going on in your life that are doing some extraordinary stuff and say, well, how are they getting it done? Make sure you up-level your social circle. That was tip 2. Tip 3 from last week was handle your immediate stuff, right? So if there's anything that's left undone in your life, it can become an energy drainer. It can become something that's kind of lingering in the background. You know what I mean? Weighing heavy on your mind, weighing heavy on your heart, weighing heavy on your spirit. Is there a relationship that needs to be cleaned up in your life? This stuff can weigh heavy on you. And before you might have the energy or the mental capacity or the focus to be able to go after anything, you might need to clean up some relationships in your life. It may be a distraction. It may be an energy drainer. Do you need to pay your taxes? Right? Something like that could be weighing heavy on you. Okay? I see y'all are saying stuff. You know what I mean? Something like that could be weighing heavy on you. What else could there be? Do you need to declutter? We talked about that. You know, is there a closet that's like, woo? Do you need to get that office cleaned up? Is the kitchen crazy? Is your room crazy? Under the bed? I don't know where in your life. It may be something that's physical, tangible that needs to be cleaned up. It may be something energetic that needs to be cleaned up. It may be something spiritual that needs to be understood, cleaned up. But whatever those things are, don't be afraid to face them, because if you want something better for yourself, if you want to tackle a bigger goal in your life, it is necessary, it's essential to clean up the stuff that's in your immediate presence, because you can always end up coming back to it, letting it take more energy from you, and that's precious energy you could be spending on your goal. Let's see what you guys are saying before I move forward. Hey, everybody, welcome to the conversation. I see these hashtag unstuck. That's what's up. That's what we talking about. Shirley, what's up? April's here. Katrina's here. Yes, your health. Yet another thing that if you need to handle that in the immediate present, it can get in the way of you going after a goal. That is so huge. Very, very good suggestion, Katrina. You know, I shared in probably some videos in my Morning Talks with Ro, and this is not a Morning Talks with Ro for everybody. This is a coaching series called Getting Unstuck. But I remember when they told me that I had this melanoma cancerous mole, and my mind went from chasing my goals down to, whoa, what? Let me get my health together, because I got to go have a surgery now, they're telling me. And I want to put myself in the best mental, spiritual, and physical state possible, so that whatever I'm going through in there, I put myself in the best position to recover well and to excel afterwards. But do you see how my focus went from chasing down goals to chasing down better health, to making sure I was okay? So health is huge. And you don't want to wait till you breaking down to start thinking about it. At least that's my suggestion. Because I'm telling you, once your attention shifts to your health, you realize just how much of a luxury it is to go after a goal. It's a luxury to go after goals. There are people across the world whose goal is to go get water today. Real talk. clean water. There are people whose goal is just to see if they can get a decent education while they're sitting on cinder blocks, you know, in an impoverished area. There are people whose goals are just to mend some clothing, but they don't have all of the tools that we have in a first-class society, if you will. Things that we might do in 5 minutes might take them all day. You know what I'm saying? It's like completely different worlds. So we are really blessed to be able to go after goals. So take care of your health. So huge. So many things we don't realize we take for granted. But once that thing gets compromised, boy, do you realize then what a luxury it was to have that working on your behalf, right? Hey, everybody. Let me see what you're saying before I move forward. Okay, good luck, Anthony. Shout out to LA traffic. Just got out of the hospital again this morning. Where was the mole? My cousin had one on his head and recently had it removed. Mine was on my abdomen. Captain Random. But they say that, I mean, and there's a possibility I was overexposed to the sun. I think that it was the same year that my dad was getting ready to pass away. And I think that an incredible amount of stress kicked it into gear and made it grow, to be honest with you. That was my thought. But I used to run every day outside. And I didn't even think, you know, it's kind of the taboo thing about, you know, black people getting skin cancer or something like that, you know. So I didn't even think about wearing sunblock. But lesson learned, huh? Hey, Tamrell, you're welcome. Hey, Bianca, I hope your birthday was fabulous. Diabetes sucks. I hear you, Christine. I finally came to the realization that I'm afraid of success and don't know why. Ooh, okay, we might be able to get into that. Or maybe that's a Morning Talks with Ro thing. So make sure you come and see me on Monday mornings. You're afraid of outshining your friends and your partner. Interesting, Bianca. You guys are bringing some stuff into today's talk. Y'all trying to turn this into a Morning Talks with Ro. Okay, so I'm going to stay on course. And if I feel a swerve in my spirit to come back to some of the things that you're sharing here, I most definitely will. Thank you for your honesty and authenticity today, ladies. Okay, so the first three tips that were shared in the last video for getting unstuck: rest well, up-level your social circle, and handle things in your immediate presence. What's number 4? Number 4. Get rid of the distractions. Some of you feel stuck because you are distracted. And you're not making any progress because you're distracted. Right? Right? So if you're watching, are you binge watching a lot of TV? You know how we can get on Netflix and it's a series you didn't see, or somebody tells you about a something, and next thing you know, hours you have dedicated to somebody else's dream, vision, or just entertainment. But how fruitful is it for you? What is it producing in your life? How is it helping you to accomplish your goals? How is it moving you closer to the life you want to live? When you binge watch somebody else's television show or something like that. Or you're locked into reality TV that ain't really reality. And then on top of that, you're getting all emotionally charged, pouring so much energy into this reality TV that's not really reality. And then when it's really time to focus on the things that matter for you, you don't have the energy. You don't have the mental stamina. You don't have the mental focus. You don't even have the mental capacity because you spent it already on something that's meaningless, is frivolous to your life. So it's not even so much that you're stuck, it's that you're distracted. So how many of you in this chat that feel like you're stuck need to reduce distractions or eliminate them altogether in order to truly get something done, something that really matters to you? How many of you are stuck on social media? And you were coming on to just do a quick browse and 15 minutes turned into 2 hours. How many of you have it running in your background and you can't stop coming back to see nothing that's happening? You know what I'm saying? How many of us are like that? That is a distraction. It's a huge distraction for so many people. So many people. And trust and believe, the science is in, honey. They know how to grab you. They know that they've been programming us. We are creatures of habit. These people who develop this stuff know that they've been programming us to come back and get that like, come back and get that ding and that bling. All of this stuff is what they will call little dopamine squirts. You know, each time you get a little hit, it's a little squirt, get a little high. It's baseless. It doesn't really hold much meaning, but if anything's giving you a charge, it can make you feel more alive. And so you might keep coming back to that source, even if it's negative, even if it's neutralized, even if it doesn't really serve a purpose, but because it's giving you some kind of charge, it's giving you some kind of energy, you will keep coming back to that source. So you got to retrain yourself to get that high from something else, or just cut that drug off. You got to reduce or eliminate your addiction to social media, your addiction to endless, pointless web surfing, your addiction to clickbait, meaning, oh, look at that title. Wasn't here for that, but that looks good. Click. Wasn't here for that, but that looks good. Click. Oh, Kanye stubbed his toe. Click. You know what I mean? And then you've spent hours chasing down somebody else's vision. Hours watching somebody else live out loud. But what does it do for your dreams? What does it do for your progress? And if you're really being honest with yourself, you know the answer. And you got to make some serious changes, because a lot of the times you're not stuck, you're distracted. And that's why you're not getting anything done. Let me see what you guys are saying before I move forward. I see the faces. Shout out to your honesty, everybody. I'm telling you, man. So it's important. Reduce the distractions. Get rid of them if you can, or eliminate a huge majority of them. Social media, endless, mindless, pointless web surfing, blogs, beauty blog, this blog, that blog. But what benefit is it truly bringing to your life? I want you guys to put it even on a scale of 1 to 10. Put some of the things that you do on a regular basis on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being amazing, 10 being is adding much value, it's pushing you towards your goals and the accomplishment of the life you want to live, and 1 being no value or very little value or a detriment to your progress. If you're honest, do this evaluation on yourself. Write it down so you can see it in plain sight. Put it on a scale of 1 to 10, and then you can see how you've been spending your time and say, I'm not stuck, I'm distracted, right? So definitely reduce distractions. If you're having pointless conversations all day with friends, if you're texting back and forth, I mean, come on, everybody's guilty of it in some way, shape, or form sometimes. Some people more than others. You gotta discipline yourself. That's how some of the greats and people that you think are super, super brilliant, that's what they're doing. They're disciplining themselves. They are reducing and or eliminating distractions in order to get things done. And if you're having a hard time doing that, you need to get very, very clear. I highly recommend that you get very, very clear about what you want and why you want it. Because if your reason is not juicy enough, you will go back to that cheap high. You got to get it juicy enough. You've got to get it strong enough. You've got to get it powerful enough so that when you think about what's on the other side of doing the hard work of not coming back to the social media, not coming back to this blog, not going into the clickbait, you want to make sure that your goal is so freaking juicy that you're like, it's worth it for me not to do it because I'm going there. I'm going to have that. That's going to be my life. That's going to be my whatever it is that you desire for yourself. That's going to be my energy level. That's going to be my body. You know, whatever those things are, get it clear in your mind what that is. Get clear why you want it. If your why is weak, strengthen it. Make it bigger than yourself if you need to. Make it about your kids. Make it about whatever, other people. Make it about humanity. I don't know how big it needs to get in order for your goal to become important enough for you to get rid of whatever it is that's distracting you in order to stick with it, stay focused, and go get it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Shirley says she's addicted to books now. Beautiful. I hear you, Christine, pleading the fifth. Good distractions. I mean, that's very subjective, Tamriel, right? what's good and bad to different people. But I would say a good distraction is something that's propelling you towards your goal. Something that's still on path, on course, on par with what you say you want for yourself. So maybe you get caught up in watching a whole bunch of inspirational videos, but all that stuff is feeding your spirit. Maybe you get caught up reading a book way longer than you anticipated, but it's going to help you to develop that skill or develop the mindset or connect you to another go-getter that keeps you inspired and motivated. That's a good distraction, I would say. Something along those lines. Katrina says, I'm trying to work out through physical pain and get back into script writing. I hear you. I don't know what you're doing to manage your pain, but I hope you're able to get back to what it is you say you want to do for yourself. Okay, so that was number 4, stripping away distractions. Number 5, now we can, if you rest well, right? We're taking care of the fundamentals before you start going after a goal, right? Because if you got all this background noise going on, it could be hard for you to not only have a vision for a goal, set a goal, and go after it, but you don't have no energy. You don't have the focus. You're distracted. You haven't cleaned up your house yet. You haven't cleaned up your immediate environment yet to be able to stay focused and stay consistent and persistent to get it. That's why this stuff is so good. It's essential. So rest well. Up-level your social circle. Set yourself up to win. Surround yourself with other go-getters and champions, right? Handle your immediate needs. Strip away distractions. Number 5, now let's talk about setting a vision. Now let's talk about your goals. Now some people may say, I don't know what I want. Start with this, chunk everything down. If things get too overwhelming, no matter what things are, I mean, even when we're not talking about something like a goal, it could be anything. Strip things down to the bare minimum. Because the smaller you get, the more you can chunk something down, it becomes more manageable. It becomes more doable to us mentally, right? It may be too overwhelming to say, you may have this huge goal or vision for yourself, but getting there, you have no clue how to get there, right? Chunk down whatever it is you need to do into smaller action steps and take one at a time. What's the next best thing I can do to get me there? It could be a phone call. It could be an email. It could be, let's say you're trying to stop eating a certain kind of way, or let's say you're trying to stop smoking. Instead of thinking like, oh God, I can't smoke no more for the rest of my life, which could be overwhelming and then make you not be successful on that. Or maybe, you have a food goal and you're like, but if I can't eat this, I can't eat that. And then if I got, just slow down and just say no in this moment. You feel me? If you're faced with a cigarette, don't worry about you got to quit for forever. Just quit right now. And use this for anything. Chunk it all the way down. Bring it back to the next best step you can take. The next best thing I can do is just manage this moment, then just manage this moment. I'm saying no right now. And then when you're faced with the next moment, you don't have to worry about that. Deal with that then. And then in that moment, say no. Whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So, setting a vision for yourself. What do you want? Write it down. Okay? Write it down. Get clear. If you don't, like I said, if the visions get too big and it overwhelms you and shuts you down, what's the next best thing that you can do for yourself that'll take your living to the next level? Make your list out from the most practical thing to the most lofty and tackle them in that order. You know what I'm saying? It could be like, Ro, if I could just stop doing this, I'd be happy. It could be something so simple, but that's a goal. That's a real goal. Allow yourself to go after that. Handle that. Then expand. Then take the next step. Then take the next step. And as you get comfortable accomplishing and celebrating yourself along the way, then you can keep expanding your vision. Then you can keep connecting yourself to a greater, bigger goal, right? Then the next step, after you set a vision, you set a goal, right? Schedule it. Make it real. Take action now. So even when I turn this video off, you might have been thinking of something that you'd like to accomplish in your life, right? When I turn this video off, what's the next best step that you can take that's going to put you on path to getting there? I want you to write that thing down and schedule it, because deadlines get things done. If you do not have deadlines, you'll probably be wallowing in, I ain't doing nothing. Or I'll get to it. Procrastination. Schedule it and honor your schedule. Do what scares you. Honor your schedule. If it's a phone call and you've been dreading it, you've been avoiding it, write it down. When are you going to do it? Tonight, write it down. I'm calling such and such tonight. No matter the results, I'm doing it. Courage is taking action in spite of fear. Level your courage tonight. If it's tomorrow, you got to write that email and ask for what you want, no matter the results, because you can get over a no, but you'll never know if you don't ask, right? There's a great book called Breaking the No Barrier by Walter Haley. I named my program after one of the stories he shared in that book, Being Bacon. Pick it up. It's about getting through all the no's until you get to your yes. Okay? Up-level your courage tonight. What's the next best step that you can take that will get you to where you want to go for your goals? Write those things down. Write those action steps down. Got to take action, right? And then put it on deadlines. Let's see what you guys are saying. Or when you hear the voice in your head, let's see. This is excellent. Do you think it's necessary to take steps every day? Absolutely. I think it's good to take steps every single day. Do something. Chip away. You guys hear me say this a lot. Chip away at your goals. And every step you take successfully, you get more confident. This is how you build confidence. And this is how you build a successful life. Every single step you take and you complete it, that's success. And you string more of those together, successful living. Get it? Doesn't have to be this huge lofty thing, guys, in order for it to be successful. And I want you to celebrate yourself along the way. We like a little praise. We like to get the pats on the back. Do it for yourself. You know how many times I do that for myself? I pat myself on the back. No lie. I'm like, good job, bro, man. You handled that. I do it. I give myself the love. I give myself the support. I give myself the push. Because sometimes I do stuff that scares the crap out of me too. It's part of it. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm in my second week of meat only 2 times a week. You're focusing on your health so you can get back to auditioning again and not be afraid. Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep going. Your daughter's watching. Is she watching the video right now? Oh, you're speaking to me right now. Awesome, Tony. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So do you guys have any questions of me? These are the next 3 tips I'm sharing with you. I'm going to share probably 2 more to round out this coaching series, and then I'll start something else. And this is all in support of the next transformational journey that is starting at my online coaching school, Personal Power University. I take people through a 12-week transformational program dealing with the mental, dealing with you doing practical things to anchor these principles and tools in your life, and then dealing with your emotional self. I build rapport with you so you know you can trust me, because I can't just come out the box talking about, do you have shame? Let's talk about it, right? Well, I could, but I like to build momentum. I like to build rapport. I want people to be able to connect and trust me on the journey. Okay, so we deal with the emotional aspect later. All of this stuff, most success, other than the times we need to take action, it's an inside job. We got a clean house. The things we talked about at the top of this video, fundamental, those are things that are fundamental before we even went after the goal. Clean that stuff up first, right? Similar things we do at Personal Power University. What's going on in the mindset? What limiting beliefs are you believing in and hanging on to and allowing to dictate what you think is possible for yourself? Do you need to let that go? Do we need to rework something? Do we need to give new meaning to something? I help people to do that. I want to help people find their blind spot. Coaches need coaches. Sometimes I get coaching from people. Depends on the type of coaching I might need. We may need somebody, a sounding board outside of ourselves to kind of give us more clarity, help us to access a greater perspective about what it is we're thinking about or dealing with, you know? So if you're interested in that, you can type yes boldly in this video, or you can send me a private message to the Facebook inbox, or you can send me a message to RhonaBennett.com. You can send me a message at the website. Okay, what are you guys are saying? What are you guys saying? Amazing. You're my soul right now. All right, Katrina. I'm good, Marcel. How are you? Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Ashley. Okay, do I think a vision board is beneficial? Yes. One of my friends who was successful on the X Factor years ago, this is just one success story from vision boards. I have success stories from vision boards, okay? But she's the one that first popped up in my mind. She said, "Well," I said, "What did you do?" Because I remember, I want to say a year before that, she was like down and out mentally about what was happening with her career, what was happening in her life. She was a single mom. She had just had another child, so she had 2 small children, and was like, "What am I doing?" You know, and the father of the kids was not wanting to be active. He kind of wanted to keep that separate and over there. Wasn't really embracing the situation. And I said, "What did you do to kind of turn things around?" I said, "How did you get yourself onto the X Factor? I just really needed to know." And she was like, "You know what, Ro? Every day," she says, "I just decided to get some pictures and I would put them on my bathroom mirror." And then she said every day she came downstairs, she would go to her refrigerator and there was like this, I forget what she used to have up there, but it was something visually that she had there to stimulate her about where she was going. And then I don't remember how much longer after that, X Factor manifested itself. I was like, wow. That's just so powerful to me when I hear these tools that I believe in, that I've seen work for me, work for other people. So yes, I do feel there's great benefit in vision boards because it keeps the mind trained on where it's going. It keeps you keen and alert, looking for things that'll support closing the gap, right, from where you are to where you want to be. I always share this with students and even on Morning Talks with Ro, where I say, it's just like the scientific experiment where they say, go outside of the house and I want you to go look at all the cars going by and tell me what you see. And so you share about all these cars. There's black, there's silver ones, there's white ones, there's green ones, red ones, everything, right? You got Nissans, you got BMWs, Escalade, this, that, all types of models of cars, right? And then you tell the person, now, thank you. I want you to laser focus on only red cars. All of a sudden, the brain goes, tune out, tune out, tune out, tune out, red cars, red cars, red cars. That's what a vision board is. Then you say, hey, well, did you see the black truck that was turning in the driveway over there? Like, no, I was focused only on red cars. I only saw the red Nissan. I saw the red pickup truck. You see what I'm saying? I think it helps us to zero in on what it is we say we want. It helps us to be paying attention for maybe the person we wouldn't have listened for before, or the little detail on the billboard that we're driving down the street by. Now we see that extra bit of information that whereas before we wouldn't have because our mind wasn't focused. So it helps us to focus. It helps us to visualize. It helps us to transport ourselves sometimes to those places. It helps to beef up our imagination. One of the things that I practice as much as possible, usually daily, is visualization. 20 minutes. Sit in the vision for myself. Where am I going? What do I want to experience? What would it feel like? What do I hear? Who are the people involved in the scenario? What are they saying? And some people get way more vivid than other people. But you can do whatever you want. Let your imagination run wild. I created a lot of what I experienced in my career via imagination/visualization. From a kid to now. Highly recommended. Okay, let's see. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the conversation. We're closing out. Love you back, Stacy. I did, Jay. I did enjoy my birthday more than I anticipated. We're closing out this conversation today for Getting Unstuck. It's the second installment for this talk. I think another good one. Lots of goodies in here. Is there anything that you want to ask of me before I leave? I'm in Canada right now, by the way, you guys. We have a show tomorrow night at River Cree Resort Casino. So if you're anywhere near that, come and party with us. You're welcome, Tamrell. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Does anybody have any questions of me or anything they want to add to the conversation about the things that we shared tonight before I get out of here? Opening the floor. Hey, Aunt Jackie. We had a good time yesterday. That was my loved one. She came. Thank you for the support, chat. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. And you're welcome. Where are you right now, Tamrell, in the world? Singapore? Where are you? I hope you've been well. She's another singer. It's a songbird. Hi, Eric. going on tour. I mean, we're always doing spot gigs, but it's almost considered a tour because we work pretty consistently. Oh, you're in Dubai, girl. You are just such the world traveler. How is it in Dubai right now? Hey, Mansa, welcome to the conversation. If you guys don't have anything else that you would like to ask of me, still dreaming, I love it. Bless up, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, so if you missed today's talk, go back to the top of the video, check out the next 3 tips I give you for getting unstuck. Let's do a quick recap. I'm going to see if I remember without going back to my notes. Okay, rest well. Thank you, Robert. Up-level your social circle. Handle your immediate needs. Strip away distractions. Set a vision. Schedule taking action on that vision. Give yourself deadlines. Deadlines make things real. Deadlines get things done. But you must honor your deadlines. Follow through, folks. That is your superpower. That is your superpower. Follow through. So when I close out on this video, if you've been thinking during this talk and you're like, I need to do this in order to get this done. Ooh, I want to take this step. Ooh, I've been afraid to call that person, but if I call them, they could have the next key to your success. Will you do it? Will you schedule it and make it real? Will you call them when the video's off? Will you schedule it for tomorrow morning? And take immediate action. There's a great quote from Tony Robbins. He says, never leave the sight of a goal without doing something towards its accomplishment. So don't just think about it and put it off to next week. Take action sooner than that. Beef up your courage. Take action in spite of fear. That's courage. Doesn't mean you don't have fear. I do it all the time. Roll with your girl. For real. Take action in spite of fear. Beef up your courage. I'm not saying it's easy. Do what's hard. But that's how you make magic happen. That's how dreams come true. Do what's hard. Do what scares you. Beef up your courage. If you know it's a phone call, if you know it's an email, if you know it's to say no to the cigarette, no to the fatty treat, yes to the gym, and then yes again the next day, and then yes again the next day, or no the next day, no the next moment. Chunk it down. If anything gets too overwhelming, make it smaller, 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 smaller until you can manage that moment. You can manage that thing more clearly. Then take bolder steps. Then take bolder steps. Build your confidence. Successful living. Keep doing it over and over and over again. Persistent. Consistent. Okay, you guys. Sending love your way. I'll be back to share the last 2 tips for this particular coaching series, Getting Unstuck. I will be uploading this to my YouTube. If you want to catch the other talks, that's on my YouTube channel as well. Until next time, take great care.